Hello, hello. Right. We are being invited to assimilate higher levels of consciousness. We are being invited to embrace an accelerated timeline and to allow ourselves to move with a new soul momentum. This is exciting times. I feel it in my bones. I feel it on every level. And I want to convey the message to you guys today. So arrive here, drop in here, let go of your other focuses. If you're going to watch, you're going to tune in, be here, drop the mind, drop the other focuses, energetically enter into this space. And I welcome you. Hello, hello. So, we're in the year that they call 2025. And although we are in the dead of winter, if you tune beneath the tiredness that you have from the winter, the lethargy, the desire to hibernate, you will undeniably be able to sense that there is an acceleration that is wanting to happen for you. There is an acceleration of the way that the timeline is unfolding, the way that we are experiencing time, as the frequency is starting to get higher. And depending on where you are at on your process of surrendering to allowing yourself to be that conduit for a higher frequency, you may be experiencing different things. And I'm going to talk about what you are going to be experiencing when your timeline is inviting you to surrender to greater acceleration, to embrace greater acceleration. And I'm going to be talking about how you can let this happen more. So, 2025 is an important year. On a numerological level, we are a collective year of a 9. So this is the end of a 9-year cycle. 2025 is the bridge between the generation that we have just been living and we're putting a little bow on and what is to come. 2025 is the bridge year. We really are bridging into the paradigm shift, bridging into a new way. And in order for this to happen, a great amount of clearing needs to take place. There is so much that needs to come to the light and to be witnessed, to be seen, to be transmuted. There is so much that we need to unhook ourselves from. And don't let your mind hear the words, oh my God, there's so much, meaning I'm so far away and there's so much that I need to do. No, that's not what I mean. I'm speaking on a collective level. And of course, within ourselves individually. But it is not here to feel a sense of overwhelm around. We should feel excited. We should feel honored. We are doing an amazing thing in this lifetime, on this timeline. This earth experience is absolutely so potent. And your soul has been waiting for lifetimes for a time that is this exciting. This is the time of a planetary shift. Earth on a collective level is about to shift into a new dimension of consciousness. The planet is about to awaken, like the collective of it is beginning its awakening process. This is so rare of all planets in our universe and in our multiverse. To be incarnate on a planet that is going through this shift is such a big thing for us all. And you are very special. If you are here, you're incarnate at this time. I doubt anyone unincarnated is watching this live stream. If you are, I'm pretty impressed by the technology that you have over there in the some form of other realm. Maybe the cosmic cousins are tuning in. But anyway, that is beside the point. There is so much that is accelerating for us. You can feel it. I know you can feel it. And this is because there is a higher frequency that we are experiencing. And the embodiment and the dance and the movement with a higher frequency feels like an acceleration. As we know, linear time. Things happen quicker. Breakthroughs happen quicker. You think of something, you can feel it, you want to manifest it, it comes into your reality quicker. Everything is happening quicker. as energy begins to evolve and your soul begins to expand and you are starting to embody a higher vibration of your soul, this is also happening at an accelerated rate. Now, if we are not feeling the acceleration yet, but we are being invited to allow the acceleration by our soul, there's a couple of things that you may be experiencing and you can look out for. So one of them is that you may be experiencing recurring themes that you've been struggling with and that you've felt challenged by, and you can't seem to crack the code of them. Recurring themes coming back around, invitations coming back around, freedom knocking at your door time and time again and saying, are you ready now to let go? All you need to do is let go. If you experience recurring themes, whether it's in relationships, your work, your mission, your service, you have to get real about what is the recurrence that has been happening. See it in full awareness so that you can begin to transmute it and you can begin to get free, and then set your intention, work with your energetics. I'm choosing to move forward now. I'm choosing to exit this loop. I'm choosing to let go of this recurring theme and foster the energetic shift, because if you are experiencing a reoccurring theme, you are obviously clear on the desired shift that you want to make. So start building a relationship with that energetically. This is all about the energetics. We are an energetic being. We are what we choose to energetically embody and energetically emanate. So choose to emanate and connect and resonate and calibrate to that new energy. Use the contrast to help you recognize what it is that you are being invited to embody. Reoccurring themes are reoccurring invitations, reoccurring challenges, reoccurring invitations. They are reoccurring parties that you are turning down of a level of your experience that you really want to go to. What is the doorway of opportunity that you are denying? Let yourself have it. Do not be afraid. It is for you. Anything that is reoccurring is serving you. And it's so easy to feel victimized by it. So easy to feel that you are so done. What is wrong with me? Why do I always have these things happening? You are not that. You are not what your doubts, what your fears say about you. You're so far from that. Remember what you are. You remember what you are? I remember what you are. You remember what you are. Yes, you do. Okay, great. So recurring themes is one. Now, another one that I feel comes around very, very strongly when you're being invited into a higher timeline, an accelerated timeline, are pretty big catalysts. When I say catalysts, I mean happenings on a either physical level in your circumstance or on an emotional, energetic level. Now, a catalyst is a happening that causes a chemical reaction that causes energy to transform from one medium, one way into another. So when you experience catalysts, this is a shakeup of your reality, of your energy, inviting you to make an energetic shift. Catalysts are incredibly important. Now we are going to be seeing catalysts, larger catalysts on the collective level. And you may even have people in your life that you know that you are witnessing them struggling. Perhaps they are choosing a more, they're not embracing the lightness that life has to offer to them, the love, the joy, the beauty. But you know that that is the path that they're meant to be on. And you may see these people experiencing more catalysts to invite them to embrace what is really there for them. So we're going to be seeing this on a collective level, bigger catalysts collectively that we are here to witness so that we can make a change as a collective. And in some people we know, you may see them working through bigger catalysts, and within yourself, it may be happening. And if it is happening, do not shy away from it. The energetic shift that you're being invited to make is happening first on an intuitive and an energetic level. It doesn't have to become an emotional or physical catalyst, but you have to listen to it on that energetic level. You can avoid the physical catalysts if you listen and you make the space to receive the communication from your soul, from your higher self, from your inner being, and you become aware of the tension that exists. Now, this is something I actually was observing in myself yesterday or the day before, and I wanted to make a whole video on it, but I'm just going to say it quickly in this video. When you are less identified with your mind, the story, the emotional process, when you are moving through a process of change, right? The less identified you are with the person, the story, and the idea, the more fluidly you move through change. The energies are just passing through the screen. They're just leaving your system. You're not attached, you're not hooked into them. So it's more fluent the way it moves through you. What I was noticing was that where I'm at right now, it is the stories and the ideas have very little hold over me. So they're just this subtle echo in the background, just kind of, I'm subtly aware of them, but they are not very, like, they don't have a lot of substance in my field. It's just like, okay, but what I am experiencing is the tension between where I am currently energetically configured and the new potential, the new timeline. And I feel that tension because there is a gap. And the gap consists of where you are currently hooked into the current paradigm. So where you're holding on, where you're not saying yes, where you are keeping yourself pulled down. And obviously this is not conscious. You're not consciously choosing to hook yourself into a bit of a lower paradigm. It's just, and like, okay, let's not even go lower, higher. What it actually is that it is now completed. It has now finished being relevant for you. So it's outdated. So where you're hooked into this outdated paradigm, these are all unconscious things. So what I was noticing in myself was I'm feeling that new potential, I'm feeling that new timeline, I'm feeling that acceleration. And there's this tension. And this tension is happening for us all. But what is usually happening is that we're more focused on the emotional aspect of it, the story aspect of it, feeling worried that we are the version of ourselves that our fears is saying that we are. This kind of stuff. Then we're not actually aware that there is that tension playing out. So when you can become more aware of the tension, you can more objectively let yourself energetically calibrate into that next version of yourself. And this is something that is absolutely crucial when you are on an accelerated timeline, is your ability to work with the tension and your ability to free yourself quickly, work through the energies quickly, and not stay stuck on a catalyst, not stay stuck on something you're processing, on a fear that you're working through, on a resistance that you have. Seeing it as it is, seeing that there is that tension between the resistance and the potential, and working to free yourself from it. So this is one of the invitations of your timeline, accelerating. Let yourself move through these things quicker. Now, you may also be experiencing certain pressures externally, whether it is from people that you know that you're connected to, or synchronicities, or whatever it is. But your physical world will also communicate to you its desire for you to shift into this new timeline, this accelerated pathway. Now, when you are seeing these things and when you are saying yes to this invitation, I really want you to recognize that your soul has these desires, and it's so important to say yes. And don't get caught up in the physical limitations that you feel, whether it is circumstantial or whether it is the notions that, okay, well, I'm hibernating, it's winter, there's no energy, there's no momentum. As soon as you observe that and you enter into a dialogue with it, that becomes your reality. Actually, I decided this winter to not give any space to the idea that I just want to become a hibernating creature. And what I'm experiencing is so much energy because ultimately there is an energetic that is way beyond the physical aspect of us. And the energetic is accelerated. The energetic is saying, let's do this. This is the bridge year. We are now choosing to assimilate a higher level of consciousness, and it is exciting. It's alive. There is so much potential, and it is time for the spiritual collective to really anchor in that new higher frequency, to embody their light, to embody their service, and to be uncompromising in the truth that they know. There is no longer time to be hiding in the closet about this kind of stuff, or about your desires, or about what you really feel you are here for. So I really also want to say this is time to release from self-depreciating ideas, notions that you are small, notions that you are a failure, that you are not enough. Let go of this. You do not have to believe it. You never had to believe it. It is not true. Remember, you are a divine being. You are divinity embodied. You are your own unique perspective of the infinite one. You are, like, to say the least, you are so magical. Okay. I also want to say it can feel painful when you are being unhooked from an outdated paradigm, and there is a tension between your new accelerated timeline and the old self. And I have so much compassion for any suffering that you experience, any pain. I know how it feels. And what I say for this, you may have heard me say it before, is I believe that it's important to nurture the human system, to be soft, spacious, and to let the emotions move, and at the same time be discerning. Allow the clear sight for your truth. Allow yourself to know your nature and to be so anchored in that, to be more anchored in that than you are being pulled into being wobbled by the difficulties or the struggles or the catalyst or the pain, whatever it is. Let yourself be anchored. You can only be anchored. You are only anchored. Okay? So it's important. Do not suppress what your human needs emotionally, and at the same time, clearly see the truth of yourself. And do not forget it. Another thing is that suffering is optional. You experience the pain, but then the suffering is an extra conversation that you have with the thing that you're going through or the pain you're experiencing. Suffering is optional, right? So it's it's almost like it's a resistance against the nature of what is. But the what is of the pain, of the difficulty, whatever it is, you don't need to suffer against it. Just accept it, just be with it, just allow it. Suffering is optional. Choose not to suffer, and you will move through things a lot more fluidly. All right, guys. I am so excited. I am so excited. 2025 feels epic. I'm feeling great things for the spiritual collective. No matter where you find yourself on this spectrum right now, it is going to be great. In December, I finished another Evolutionary Minds group, and it was amazing. Evolutionary Minds is particularly powerful for what I'm just speaking about now, putting yourself on an accelerated timeline. Because what it's doing is it is clearing that conversation and that communication network between you and your higher self, and you and your alignment, and it is supporting you to come into that acceleration. Now, I have another program called Depth and Space coming up in February, and this feels like one of the most powerful spaces that I've ever offered. I'm feeling so excited about its energy. This is about leadership, being the visionary, service, and being that bridge between the reality, the the emerging future that wants to come into being, and what you're currently seeing is the opportunity for change on this planet. Now, Depth and Space is a lot about who you need to be as that visionary. I really feel that it is important to walk that path between worlds, between the world as it is and the world as it wants to be. I'm not going to go on this tangent, but I just wanted to say that that is going to be happening. Okay. Drop a comment on this video, guys. Like, say hello if you're watching. Say hello if this landed for you. Say hello. Tell me about what's going on in your timeline. Tell me about the acceleration. What I'm feeling is now I've finished Evolutionary Minds and I'm feeling very in the vortex of what I'm creating. I will come on here and be live in this group when the poll happens. It's probably going to be less regular than before, but here I am. Okay, guys, so much love to you all. Bye.